is happening, y'all? All right, little midweek video here. We are coming at y'all with a little bit of a twist. I'm sure you guys have seen this bike sitting in the background. This is essentially the same exact bike as that one sitting there. It is a 2006 Suzuki DRZ125, but this one here taken apart is the L model. So it's essentially their like big wheel version. Came with the different front brakes and all, obviously bigger tire size, things like that. So this thing is my buddy's, who you saw in the prior video when we were tuning the CRF 250F. This is actually one that he had gotten for a steal. Anyway, motor runs fabulous. Carburetor, everything like that, it was fabulous. Just needed, clean it up a little bit, but it did run great. Had some other issues. Obviously you can see kind of the back of the frame. Nothing is bent on this thing. They just had hacked this off. Reason being for the exhaust that was broke. Somebody didn't replace it. Instead put multiple welds all through here. So anyway, we are replacing the exhaust. Obviously we're gonna do the ignition wire, replace that. The brake and all, I've got that completely redone. It was the spring and everything was detached, missing. So we got all that tightened up. The rear worked out. Let's see, your front master cylinder, that's completely snapped. Handlebars bent to all get out and back. The front wheel actually did not have an axle nut, or excuse me, yeah, it didn't have the axle nut on it. So we got one of those. Let's see here. For this side, let's see your cover right here. We only had one bolt, so we got another one of those. The shifter is not the shifter that came on this thing. It was super loose and just wiggling back and forth. Sometimes would pop in and out of gear on its own. So we've got a new one. The rear did not have an axle nut either. So we're gonna get that taken care of. We also didn't have the little retaining pin that goes in here. For as far as your rear brake, this was actually just jammed sideways in between here. So we are going to fix this, and we've got new retaining pins, all that. Anyway, I figured I'm just going to take you guys along for the ride on this thing, just as like a midweek little project here. I'll have it done this week, put all back together. We're not doing the plastic stuff like that. It's just for his son, who's just going to get into riding here soon. So we're not going to do too much with it, just kind of get it back to where it should be and rideable. The plastics and all, they were a little spray painted here, stuff like that, which we're really not worried too much about those right now. It's more so just getting it aesthetically ready to ride. So we did get a few things in. Tusk handlebars, way cheaper than your Suzuki ones. Anyway. New grips. We do have our new shift lever and assembly and all that stuff in with the bushing and all that, or little rubber grommets. We did get a bolt kit because we were missing quite a few things. We got the rear axle nut in. We are going to go ahead and replace that for the rear brake line, as well as the pin. The fuel tank is actually missing a bracket to mount it to the frame. So we've got the 2 pin or bolts for the bracket. We've got the case, little case saver bolt that we were missing. The only thing we're waiting on now to come in, which will be here Friday, is the exhaust system, the bracket for the fuel tank, as well as the front axle nut. We are still missing. We did also get in as far as the actual master cylinder. So we do have a new master cylinder and all for this thing. So anyway, I'm gonna get this thing started, get this thing put back together. I'll show kind of just how-to videos as I'm kind of going along, like doing the alignment on the rear wheel, things like that, just the simple stuff. But anyway, I figured this would just be something different while we wait to ride on just getting our hands dirty here during the weekday. I appreciate y'all, and we will have more coming at you soon. As always, like, subscribe, send it to a friend, and I do appreciate y'all.